So what's up, YouTube? We are back here with another video. I'm actually using a different style camera, so I want to see how this video is going to come out. Hopefully it comes out pretty good, but it's just a small video for today. What we have going on is we are going to start taking apart the interior. The past few videos you probably have seen me. I installed the D&D steering wheel with the quick release. Then we installed the racing seats with the harness, which we're going to have to get back to because these harnesses are not installed correctly. I have to install a harness bar which may be a little bit short. It's not technically for a Genesis, a universal. So right now it's actually sitting in my BMW just for the side because I might use it for that car, and then just get a actual model for the Genesis just to make it quicker. Because that one was maybe two inches short to reach both sides for the Genesis. So I was going to cut it in half. All right, so we're gonna take a look over here. It's a little bit of a mess. I haven't really been in the shop lately. I've been at work. But this is actually what we will be installing. Let me just move this out the way. This is a Chase Bay hydraulic handbrake. I'll get a nice video of it in a second. But this is what we will be installing in the Genesis. And this is probably one of my favorite interior parts that we will be installing for this car, besides the racing seats. It's always been one of my achievements to have a hydraulic handbrake. I haven't really played around with to see where we're going to go, but this will be sitting inside here. We're gonna have to cut it out to make it fit, and then of course this will be used to lock up the rear wheels to initiate a drift. So just as a quick overall, to actually take out the center console, which I need to do just to figure out how am I going to install the handbrake. There's 4 screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 that come out. They're not too hard. You take those out, and then, well, of course you got to pop this off first. This is very easy. You take off the shifter knob and pop that out. Then you have the 4 screws, and then you have let me see if I can find it. I moved it to the side. My car came with this fabric piece that was sitting on top of it. All you gotta do is take a nice little pick, and then you can just move it out the way. And then there's 2 screws right here. Now, in case if you are starting to drift and you don't want to install a second handbrake or so, you can use the stock handbrake, which is right here, the actual parking brake or so. You can use that to initiate a drift. You just got to tighten these up, which is okay. It's not my preferred style just because of the way this is actually too short. I like having to reach a little bit further, but it's not too big of a deal. Whatever you prefer, where you should use. Again, this is my actual fancier car, so I will go above and beyond for the things that I like for this car. If it was for the BMW, which I haven't really started working on yet, that would probably get the short end of the stick. All right, so we had to do a little more modifications. Well, just to get the actual center console out, you got to pull these tabs here. There's actually 1 screw on each side. Just these, you just have to pop this tab out. That covers that up, and just to get these screws. So now we're ready for this just to come out. I would say I won't believe everything is loose in here. As you can tell, I just got to pop this out, and then we can get started on this thing. So we're at a standstill at the moment. We're gonna figure something out. Just gotta brainstorm. So if I can show you guys real quick, this is what we're working on. So we got everything out, but I'm test fitting with the center console back in. So this right here is our reinforcement plate that will go to the bottom of the hydraulic handbrake, which is here, to give it more support, just because the thin metal right here is very thin. And using a lot of torque when you're pulling a handbrake, in the time when you're drifting, you can actually pull this out. I've heard of horror stories. So you make this nice little thick plate just to go on the bottom to make some more support for your shifter, your trans. So what I decided to do is actually make a take some right angle tubing and actually put it right here, and see if I could weld a beam here and at the bottom but it'll seem, just because the plate, there's not really much place to mount securely, so I'm gonna have to make a no support to at least cover half of this. But we could figure it out once we get there. If I have to shift it out or cut a little more pieces in the back, I'm trying to refrain from cutting much. Most likely I got to cut out an edge here for the reservoir, but as much cutting as least as possible will be the best option for me. As we left off yesterday, my camera's giving me a little issue with the metal card being a little too small. Sorry, I got the fan blowing, well, technically blowing hot air just because it's so hot in this car. I recently took the tint off a few years ago, so now this thing is literally a fish bowl. It actually is so hot. One year it actually started causing my tint to bubble. Well, it didn't cause my tint to bubble. My car was actually sitting in the garage for a whole year or so, and with it just being hot air on hot air and hot air, it actually just caused that tint to just start bubbling up. I should have had the windows down, but well, now I know from that lesson well learned. So anyway, so we have here, let's see if we can open the door. So what we have here, we're the center console. So I took the center console out. I had to cut a notch into there just so this could sit and the brake, the handbrake can go through. So it actually looks pretty nice. Of course, it may not be the best looking, but again, we're going for functionality. So the mount, it's all mounted. I don't have the correct hardware. All right, so we are back here. This is the following day. It was starting to get late and there's not much I could actually get done, but as you guys could see. So we got the center console back in. Let me go ahead and take a look at show you guys what we have. So everything came out not terrible. Could have been a little better. Again, it is blazing hot in here, especially with both of the windows being up. You can probably can't tell that the window's up on that side, but it definitely is. So only thing I have to do left, which I'm not going to be doing in here, but I just want to show you. So everything, see if I can get in. Hold on. I want to see, put the windows down. Yeah, it's hot. Okay, so only thing left we have to do is actually notch out. I kind of marked it out right there. That's where the radio is going to sit here, and it's kind of where the handbrake sits. So I just got to clear out a notch in there, and then we should be able to slide this back in. I'm pretty excited. Everything came out pretty good. Only defect that we have is I am not able to actually drop, hold on, let me see if I can show you, my handbrake all the way down. It stops right there. It is not initiated. The car does roll back, which is not a problem, as you can see. But on the dash, the actual light does not go off. So that's a little bit annoying. I'll see how bad it is. My only other option I could do, which kind of pains that I cut this much out, which I had to cut out enough just for this reservoir, the master cylinder. But I could have actually carved it here and then came back in a lot more and then brought this up with an adapter and maybe brought up higher. All right, so we got pretty much almost everything situated. Again, this is all just a test fit. Everything's still loose. I just wanted to mock everything up before I took everything apart. So I just got to notch out just this the shifter boot, and then put the bolts back in, and then actually tidy up just the patches on the sides, and we should be good for now. Again, I don't have this actually the brake lines right through the back. I still need calipers and the actual lines, the brackets. So, but I just wanted to get this mocked up just so now I have one less thing to do when I do get everything, and it'll actually motivate me to hurry up and order the rest of the parts just so I can get it done and have it here, so I can get this car on the track as soon as possible. Again, we have a few things that we have to do. We have to do a tune for the new turbo, which I guess is not new at the moment, but we put a new clutch in, so now we can actually make some more horsepower. We also have to put an AC condenser in this thing, so that's coming soon. And actually we have a special video coming up which will be finishing out the actual body work and wrapping this vehicle. So we will be making a video in the future for wrapping this car. So you're gonna see the color that we have, so we will review that soon. Let's see if we can get this in there on the first try, which I highly doubt. The bottom piece has to come out. That was just for looks. Just wanted to see how everything fits. Now I just gotta put all this back in there. Which of course all the wires are all in the way. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, with the shifter we have here, she has to go a lot further. Hopefully we can make some more room. We got plenty of room. I'm trying not to take this out for my key fob, so hopefully I can go a little bit further in there and that should be fine. If I have to, I will cut this out also, but let's see what we can do. Alright, let's see if we can work this on a second try. So the last time we went ahead and notched out right by the silver line, and I brought it all the way back just to make enough clearance. If it wasn't enough, then it's okay. I mean, if it's not enough, if it's more than enough, then it's okay. But let's see if we can give this a shot. Oh damn, she looks like she fits almost perfect. I think that's a win. I would say that is a win for the team. If you want to get a nice upper close, we haven't put it in all the way, but this is the handle all the way out, and she's almost touching, but it's perfect to me. So once we go ahead and snap this in, I would say everything's all right, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's go ahead and tidy all this stuff up and see where we're at. Everything is back in. It looks amazing. I'm very excited to show you guys what we have here. So this is the notch that we made out. It practically looks like it's almost factory. My last thing I had to do was just trim out just the shifter boot, which I did fairly simple. Again, this isn't the best job. I wouldn't put this in my show car, but this is not a show car. This is, again, a drift car. So there's a little thing that I do take consideration, but you know, it's to the point to where things have to get done and it needs to look as best as possible. So I hope you guys like the video. Hit like, subscribe, stay tuned into the next video. Definitely stay tuned to the next color that the wrap we were going to do. It will definitely blow your mind. I haven't seen the color in person yet, so I'm excited. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. All right, thanks. See you guys on the next one.